hello to you all here in the live stream and everybody who's watching the replay. What I want to talk about and look at today is a blog post that's come out from the YouTube creator blog post recently that talks about some of the success stories they've been having over the last couple of months with some of the changes they're implementing in their policies, but also some of the things that you may have been concerned about and which they're continuing to address. And I was just interested to know what your thoughts on each of these topics. So what I'm going to do is kind of bullet point the information from the blog post, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So it's probably going to be about 10 to 15 minutes of me just going through this website, which is, I'm going to put it on screen right now, that is the YouTube creator blog, which is here. If you want to read this news story yourself, there is a link in the video description, so check it out down there. But before you do read that, I will just try and highlight some of the main points of this. It was updated yesterday, and the first section just outlines the tragedy that happened at the headquarters a few weeks ago now with the shooting. And obviously, there's a lot of support required for YouTube members of staff, and we're all thinking about them at this time. That's the top section, which we've addressed before here on vidIQ. So I want to look at the interesting parts of this article, which I've highlighted helpfully for you. So it says here, over the last year, channels earning 5 figures, so presumably $10,000 or more, has grown by more than 35%. And what's more incredible is channels earning 6 figures, so over $100,000, has grown nearly 40%. So if you've been thinking that there are no opportunities here on YouTube anymore, or you think that there are alternatives that you maybe should aiming towards, it sounds as if from YouTube themselves that there hasn't been a better time to get on YouTube and become a video creator, build an audience, and then start to earn income from it, potentially even a living. And this is YouTube's data, of course. Whether you want to believe that or not, do let us know in the comments in the live chat here, and I'll be happy to discuss that once I've gone through this document. But yeah, some pretty startling figures there that you can earn potentially 35% more than last year are earning $10,000, and even more people are earning over $100,000, which is pretty incredible. Now, YouTube did, at the beginning of the year, outline some policies and some principles that they wanted to work towards. And one of them, and I'm sure one that you've really been interested in, is how are YouTube going to better communicate with their video creators? We've heard this a lot before, that, for example, when you're waiting for your monetization to be enabled, or you have a particular grievance with YouTube and you need to get it fixed, you run into automated bot responses, or you just simply don't get a response from YouTube. Well, here's what they've said in their communication aspect of YouTube, that replies have increased 600% and reply rate by 75% to tweets addressed across all of our official handles. And you can see them there. If you haven't added any of these YouTube, Twitter handles, accounts to your Twitter following list, I would absolutely definitely go away and do that as soon as this live stream is finished. But that's a startling increase there of we've increased our replies 600% and improved our reply rate by 75%. So significant changes there, and I have noticed personally on Twitter that YouTube are certainly directly answering more video creators more often. It's still potentially a drop in the ocean at this point, considering how many video creators there are, but credit where credit is due, that YouTube are being more open and transparent in their communication. They've also doubled the number of creators receiving personalized update emails. I don't think I've personally received one from YouTube, but maybe that's something that larger YouTubers can certainly agree with or disagree with. And we're also communicating in unofficial ways too, with in particular a YouTube channel called the Creator Insider. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I highly recommend it. They post out lots of fantastic information about updates to their analytics, new YouTube tools, and then insights. They talk to people within YouTube to try and answer your questions. It is a fantastic insider's look, literally an insider's look into YouTube, which they haven't done so before, and I would recommend certainly subscribing to their channel. We often post videos from that channel on vidIQ, so it's certainly worth looking at. And as they say, it is an employee-run channel that offers behind-the-scenes information about things that they are working on. So a couple of things there. Add these Twitter handles to Twitter if you are on Twitter, so you can follow more up-to-date information and maybe contact them directly if possible, and subscribe to the Creator Insider YouTube channel. Now, I've highlighted this in red because this kind of feels like a bit of a negative that's still on YouTube at the moment in terms of supporting success. In February, as we all know, they made the decision to set new eligibility criteria to monetize your YouTube content, and that is 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. While we know that some creators have found this change frustrating, it's on the plus side for YouTube, because remember, YouTube's got to answer to not only its audience, its video creators, but also its advertisers. It strengthened advertiser confidence, which hopefully means that there's going to be more advertiser money to go around for the YouTube creators who are in the program, making monetization and the broader community on YouTube stronger for creators building their business on the platform. So that's kind of a good news. However, YouTube has also heard from you, most likely, that there are delays in the application process, which are frustrating. And unfortunately, they still have this vague response, which is they are working to improve this as much as possible. Now, we still get many questions here on vidIQ about how long it's taking for their monetization applications to go through. I know some have been waiting since February, and the last update we had from their Twitter channels was that they would try and resolve a backlog by the end of April. But we're getting towards that point now, and people are still asking from a couple of months ago, so when are those going to get resolved? And the people who have recently entered the review stage, it could be May, possibly even June, and we still just don't know the answer to that. On the plus side, however, we did acknowledge at the beginning of the year that YouTubes were flip-flopping a lot on monetization, whereas you would get the dreaded yellow icon. This video is not advertiser friendly, and it would take time to manually appeal it and then change it to a green icon. What YouTube are stating here is that in February they released an update to improve the accuracy of monetization, and it's decreased, as they say, the icon flip-flopping by 90%, which sounds fantastic. And we haven't heard as much complaining about the advertising flip-flopping icon, so it certainly seems to be a story that's gone away as such. And they also say on our side, we are seeing that the volume of monetization appeals is down by 50% as a result as well. So good news really across the board there in terms of if you are monetized, you're not having to wait as long for your content to be monetized. So again, we're talking about YouTubers potentially earning more money. This should hopefully bring it back to 2017, 2016, where you could be pretty confident that you would be monetizing your YouTube videos. Now, YouTube are still thinking of ways to improve monetization, and I've seen this story a couple of times, and it's an interesting one here, that they're launching a pilot with a small set of creators to test out new video upload flow that will ask creators to provide specific information about what's in their videos as it relates to our advertisers' friendly guidelines. So I think what's going to happen is that you upload a video and you'll be prompted with a series of questions that directly ask you, is this content advertiser friendly? And it's almost like you may be ticking a disclaimer saying, yes, I confirm or I hereby agree to that my content adheres with advertiser-friendly advertisers. So the question then becomes, what happens if you agree to all this and you say that your video is advertiser-friendly, and then somebody makes a complaint against it, right, fairly or unfairly, that your video is not suitable, and then it gets taken off advertisement? Are you going to be punished in some other way? I kind of associate this with copyright strikes. Maybe you might start to get monetization strikes where your content is deemed not advertiser friendly, even though you said it did, and then you get into all sorts of different disputes as well. So that's why I put a yellow mark, an orange mark against this one. It could be a good system, but it places more of the onus and the responsibility on you as a video creator to say whether you think your content is appropriate for YouTube. It's not out yet officially. This has been sent to a small set of video creators, so you probably have not come across this yet, but we'll certainly show you more when and if YouTube decides to roll this out more broadly. Next thing, and this is good news again, that creators have also told YouTube that they want more alternatives to making money beyond ads. So they've recently introduced new sponsorship ideas and tools. I think these have been available to gaming channels for a while now, but I think they're piloting it with broader YouTube channels, and this feels like a response to Patreon, so that YouTubers are going to have the opportunity to directly ask their audience to potentially sponsor their content and get rewards for it in ways of, like, I think it's unique emojis on live stream chats, and I'm sure there's some other features as well, but I won't go too much into detail on that now. It's just that it's another potential way to earn money off of a YouTube platform, so you're not solely relying on advertiser revenue. Like, if your content is always being delisted for monetization, it may be that you start to earn your income through live streams, talking directly to your audience. So that does seem like a potentially good feature that's heading our way. More good news, and this is news about engagement. YouTube are expanding, I think this is the community tab, to more creators, and they've been fine-tuning how and to whom posts are distributed. I always said when the community tab was first released that it was a dangerous game to have you being able to post effectively timeline updates to all of your subscribers, and how frustrating that might be. So they're trying to greatly improve the ranking and targeting of that to make sure that it's shown to the right post. It shows the right post to the right users at the right time. There's been all sorts of live streaming updates, which I certainly need to review a bit more and improve the layout of my live stream, because now we've added live stream chat replay, so I might not need the live stream chat here on the right-hand side. Automatically captioning live streams. I'm sure that might be absolutely hilarious to turn on the captioning now for this live stream and see how accurate YouTube is at picking up my accent. And they're also adding if this then that functionality to Super Chat. So presumably when you get a Super Chat, you can tell it to maybe post an update to, I don't know, like maybe Twitter or your Facebook page. So plenty of interesting ways that Super Chats could be used outside of YouTube chat, but also maybe if I was using OBS, which I'm using now, I could somehow get that to post a ka-ching noise or something automatically if anybody did do a Super Chat. So, lots more ways to potentially earn money from your YouTube channel. More grey area, maybe good news, bad news type of things. Tightening and enforcing our policies. In February, YouTube announced that beyond the existing strike system, that they may take in the rare event, we may take in the rare event that one creator's actions, I wonder who they're referring to there, is harming the entire community. Our goal is to strengthen the community, and we hope to really use these new steps. I think that may have been in response to, first of all, Logan Paul for the controversies at the beginning of the year, but he also got removed from the advertiser program for a certain period of time, I think either last month or in February. And so maybe that was YouTube showing their muscle to a specific individual creator, and that there may be other instances of that's happened since that we're not fully aware of. But I think YouTube are just making sure that they protect themselves and the community at large by being able to implement special measures to particular individuals if they so break rules in an extreme way. More good news is that through comment moderation tools, and thank you very much here to Anna Adventures Toy Reviews, who I can see is moderating the comments right now. It's given creators the power to review comments before they go public. We've seen more than a 75% drop in comment flags on channels that have enabled it, and they're soon planning to expand it out to 10 more languages. And we've done the same in live chat as well, allowing creators to hold inappropriate live chat messages for review in all languages. So more helpful tools there from YouTube. So as you can see, this is a massive post update. All of these updates have been happening over the last couple of months on YouTube, but summing this all up in one post has been really useful for me to read and hopefully share with you. And just one final thing is that YouTube have been putting a lot of time and effort into educational resources to help you as video creators. So, of course, not only here at vidIQ, where we're helping you with the tools we have and all the tutorial videos that we make, YouTube have the Creator Academy, where they've been focusing on topics that you've been requesting, and they've been launching new products such as the Creator Academy Masterclass, which includes things like creator burnout, and they're going to be doing more talks at conventions such as VidCon as well. So if you haven't already checked out the Creator Academy, I'm certainly subscribed, and they've been posting a lot of new recent comment. I know Tim Schmoyer's been active on there, and Roberto Blake, so some YouTube experts there certainly that you may have heard of, and it's well worth going to YouTube to find out what those are. And that is essentially the entirety of this blog post. As I say, there's a link in the video description if you want to know more about any of these updates. But it's over to you now, folks. If you've got any particular comments that you would like to add, do you think that the current climate on YouTube is conducive to you being able to earn money, make more money on YouTube? I'd really like to hear your opinions there on what's going on. I can see that Chris Peep Show here is saying, very interesting, you're actually using Nightbot and Fussbot for these options now. I presume that's a third-party live streaming product that helps you live stream on YouTube, but now YouTube is trying to incorporate that into their own product, which is helpful. Question here from Adrian Ninja EX. I'm using a Samsung, so it's not Samsung, it's Samsung condenser microphone. I've had this for about 10 years now. I think it costs about $100 and it still works, but I think I'm probably due an update. Forge Logical says, I think it makes it harder for small YouTubers like me to make more out of videos. And yet YouTube have recognized this, that they may be harming the small creator in order to protect advertisers and the larger video creators. And I guess the response to that is that try not to think too much about monetization of your content when you are a channel of around about 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, because that will bring you in about $100 a year, I think, if my memory serves me right. So you're not losing out on huge income at the moment. And once you start to build your channel, it will happen so quickly that the concept of monetizing your content, it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I could do that at this point. I've been concentrating so much on my audience and spreading a message of value that... yes, so you do have exact mic. Well done there, Adrian. Fantastic mic, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, if you're concentrating more on building your channel, building an audience, spreading a message of value, your channel will grow much faster than you trying to concentrate on reaching monetization goals. As a paraphrase version of that, done this in many videos about why you should concentrate on your channel. So do check them out rather than trying to earn money. Chris Peep says you're just about to hit 1,000 subscribers finally and get remonetized. So I'll see how YouTube treats me this time around. It'd be interesting to know when you do hit that threshold again and you apply for monetization, how long it takes you to actually get your monetization re-enabled. Hello there, Wolfpack Woodcraft. I've managed to pronounce your name correctly this time in one go. Fascinating channel review I did there on your backpack with the tags being so powerful. I'm definitely going to do a video on that soon. So Adrian Ninja X says, how do you find small channels to collab with? Because all I find are bigger ones when searching on YouTube. We do have a tool if you are on the vidIQ, I think, boost option where you can search for channels by size. So if you have let's say your interest is in the iPhone, you can do a search with the iPhone keyword, and then you can filter by channel size. So you could filter by channel size of maybe under 1,000 subscribers to find channels that are similar to you, and then you can collaborate with them. If you can't find, if you don't have that tool, then it's just a case of maybe doing some searches on YouTube and trying to find niche content which is successful in your area, and then adding them as competitors, which you can do again with a vidIQ tool, and it's free, and then contact them to start collaborating with them. So it does take a bit of search. But if you are interested in if you're passionate about your topic, you should be watching a lot of videos about your topic, and you should be finding channels of a similar size usually. So yeah, we're just getting some feedback here. Wolfpack Woodcraft has been waiting almost a month, presumably for monetization, and you're still you're still waiting for that. Champagne Twist says, while I agree earning money on YouTube shouldn't be the sole priority, it does hurt me, at least knowing that YT I'm making money from my hard work, but I can't. Well, here's the answer to that, Champagne Twist. YouTube can't earn money from your content if it's not monetized. If you're losing out by not being able to monetize your content, then so are YouTube. So it's not within YouTube's interests to demonetize your content in order for them to gain off it as a quick response to that. And I know we're going to start talking about, yes, it's only £100 or $100 to you, but that's very important to me. And I do understand that from the other side of the coin. I know that people see reaching monetization as validation from YouTube that you are worth something to them. But as you've seen with what YouTube's done, YouTube can just change things with a snap of a finger. They could wipe out your channel whenever they want, if they wanted to. Now, that's not likely to happen, but by agreeing to post videos on YouTube, you have to agree by their terms of service and the conditions that they put you under. You are effectively having a voice and a platform to share your message to the entire world for free, beyond any thought of monetization. And you should always be concerned about your audience rather than the health of whether or not you are getting closer to having custom thumbnails, or whether you can monetize your content. Because in truth, let's be honest about this, most of the time, your audience doesn't care at all whether or not you're making an income off YouTube. They're far more interested in the content that helps them. I know it kind of sounds a bit selfish, but ultimately, we all have self-interest and things that we want to be interested in. It's when you become an integral part of somebody's watching experience, when they start to care about you as a video creator. When you've built up that trust and they want to go to your content because they know that you're going to answer the questions that they are asking. And that's kind of where I'm trying to lead that conversation there, if it helps. Wolfpack Woodcraft says, YouTube is the owner of a company. It's just like working in a normal job. You don't make as much as the manager or the owner. However, you have to make the money or they don't get paid either. So yeah, so that's a good summing up there of like the owner and the employer and the employee scenario, which I guess you're kind of in, but it's just a case of you can work whenever you want and YouTube can pay you however they want. So Anime No Seki says you don't activate monetization because you can't. Presumably because you haven't reached the requirements yet. Digital Jedi Master says, create consistent content and continually improve. Everything else is optimization. Absolutely. Yori, you can control creating consistent content. You can control whether or not you want to improve yourself as a video creator. And you can control how you optimize your content. What you can't necessarily control is when YouTube decides to monetize your content. So if you're always worrying about things that you're not in complete control of, you will drive yourself crazy. So another question here from Adrian Ninja X. You were wondering if I should do this. When I first created my channel, it was about a certain game, but now I'm delivering different content. Should I make a new channel to start fresh with? The problem when you start a new channel is you're completely starting from scratch, so you're losing any potential authority you have with the channel. If you're going to return to your original content, but it sounds like you're not going to because you've finished with the game that you're playing with, then the answer is probably no. You should stick with the channel and make sure you produce the best content you possibly can about the game that you're playing, but also make the channel about you as a personality so that the people, as I said before, start to trust you as a content creator. There's many... the most successful gaming channels are not only fantastic video gamers, but they're also personalities in themselves, and that's why they have a core audience that continues to go back and watch their videos irrespective of the game that they're playing. Forge Logical says, do channel tags help creators get found on YouTube, and are there important tips to help get found? So the basic answer to this is that ultimately content is always going to win out over everything else on YouTube. If you produce fantastic content, then people are going to watch it. They're going to love it. You're going to get higher watch time. People are going to share it. YouTube's going to see that in its algorithm. It's going to start sharing this with more and more people. It's going to surface it on watch pages, suggested videos, recommended pages. So always think about, first of all, producing fantastic, amazing content. Tags after titles and thumbnails, because that's essentially how you bring a viewer into your content. Tags are one of these marginal gain areas. If you can tag your content properly so YouTube knows exactly what content you're producing, as we saw with the channel review on Wolfpack Woodcraft on Tuesday, he really targeted his tags on a very specific product, which I think was a backpack, and just used that tag over and over again. And even though his channel, I think, had about 1,000 subscribers, he was ranking in the top 10 searches for this backpack against channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Partly because he used a fantastic thumbnail, a really specific title, and then reinforced that with tags, which were all on the same subject. It was like I think it was the name of a backpack. It was the name of a backpack versus another backpack. There was no wasted material in the tags, like going broad and maybe including camping or camping equipment. It was all just very specific, and that's where it can really help. Once YouTube knows what you're talking about and you produce good content, YouTube will then start to share it. Joey asks, how do you get a better idea of what the viewer wants to watch on YouTube? The YouTube analytics will tell you, your audience will tell you. If you produce a video that gets, let's say, 10% watch time, or people are watching it for like 30 seconds and it's a 5-minute video, they're telling you that this is content they don't want to watch. Whether it's the style of the content, it's just not produced in a very good way, or the content is completely different to what the audience is used to watching, check your analytics. Check the new YouTube impressions and click-through rates metrics that are now available, and I've already done a detailed video on this. Basically, listen to what the metrics, and if the audience is replying to you, listen to all of what the numbers are telling you. Yeah, so Chris Peeps, you are noticing there that we have a new tool there, a video audit tool, which we're certainly going to cover soon on vidIQ. We've got a few more upgrades to that. It can now analyze your video titles and tell you whether they may be, generally speaking, too long. And I think we've gone for the target of more than 20 characters because you want to have some keywords in your titles. But if it's longer than 60 characters, then it's going to start to get cut off on feeds, so people won't be able to read the whole title, and it may just be too long. You're trying to tell too much of a story, and it doesn't have as much impact. People don't want to be spending 4 to 5 seconds reading a title. They just want they want to know exactly what the video is about in as short of words as possible. So yeah, good luck hopefully tweaking your titles if you so need to. Champagne Twist says, I see more high quality content these days, which is great, but I'm worried, are YouTubers going for the coin rather than the joy of creating content, good content itself? You'll always really be able to tell that in the content that YouTubers create. But what you'll find is that the most successful content creators rarely appear as if they're working, as if they are a business, or they're doing it purely to earn money. You can tell just from the way a YouTuber talks with their audience and how passionate they are. If they're not into something, they're maybe doing a sponsorship deal that they're just not engaged with, you'll be able to see it probably in the video that they produce, the feedback that they get from the audience. It's one of these human elements, like intuition, instinct. You can just tell. There'll be a gut feeling that says that this video creator is changing, or I don't like their content. And probably what you're thinking resonates with the majority of the audience as well. So yeah, I would say that's like an instinct, gut feeling. If you think that YouTubers are changing, they'll probably realize themselves from the audience feedback. Kelsey Huff asks, on average, how much time are you all spending researching tags on each videos? New to YouTube. If you're going to start looking at a new topic, you should probably certainly spend a good hour or two going through keyword research, trying to find the best tags. I mean, it can be simply a case of typing into YouTube. Let's say it's how to get more views. You can do this as a tactic. You can type in how to get more views A, and then how to get more views B, and then how to get more views C. And you're really drilling down into the specifics of what keywords you might be looking for. So you can do that. We've also got on vidIQ many free tools. When you do searches, it'll give you inline keywords, show you what tags other YouTubers are using, which makes them successful. Click on a tag, it'll give you the keyword inspector, so you can see more related tags, related videos. there is a rabbit hole you can almost go through researching. But I would recommend, if you're searching a brand new topic, then maybe an hour or two of keyword research. Once you've nailed down a topic and then you're going into really specific topics within that topic, then you probably want to be spending a good 15 minutes, 30 minutes playing with tags when you're adding them to your videos, and just thinking about what's the most important tag that specifically answers or specifically provides the value of this video, and then how can I reword that. For example, again, let's look at this the topic of how to get more views. How to get more views on YouTube. How to get more views on YouTube fast. How to get more views on YouTube in 2018. How to get more subscribers on YouTube. How to get more subscribers. I've already thought up of maybe 200 characters worth of tags there, and you should be adopting that approach to any content that you're trying to produce. Brandon F2P asks, should channels join an MCM or remain solo? That's always up to the individual. The one thing I will say is don't approach an MCM, because you'll probably get a worse deal. Wait for an MCM to approach you, and their first email will probably be a generic copy and pasted one. So you want to reply back saying, yeah, but how is this going to help my channel? You've watched my channel. Or ask them, what do you like specifically about my channel? And then that's going to force them to do some research. And if they don't come back with an answer, well, they just want to get you in their MCM purely for their benefit. If they give you a very personalized response, then they're already building up perhaps an element of trust and a relationship of some kind. So that's the only really advice I could offer on that. Okay, I'm gonna head off in 3 minutes. We'll make this a 45-minute live stream. Not seeing too many comments there on the creator blog. I always enjoy it when you just take the opportunity to do kind of ask me anything and sort of YouTube general questions, which is always fantastic. And maybe that should be another regular live stream that we should do outside of the channel reviews. It's always, I know you're always desperate to get hold of our time here at vidIQ, and whenever we have it, we're always more than happy to share it. Okay, it looks as if there are no more immediate questions, so I just want to say thank you very much for joining this live stream. I did just read the creator blog, and I thought it was interesting stuff, and I thought it was well worth reading and then highlighting some of the bullet points for you to watch. If you did enjoy this video, of course, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and vidIQ will be back on Friday with the usual Hangout live stream. And the channel reviews, the most popular live stream that we have, we'll be doing more channel reviews on Tuesday. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your video making day. We'll see you all again soon.